review Incredibles 2.
So, because of continued home drama, I am here in my car on my break doing a review of one of the greatest movies. It was great. It was amazing. It was incredible. Bet you can't guess what I'm talking about. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday I saw Incredibles 2, and it was awesome. Why was it awesome? Because how could it not be awesome? Disney made the Incredibles movie 14 years ago, and it blew my mind. It had that old school vibe, men and women in suits and dresses. It had all the superpowers that you could ever want: invisibility, super strength, flexibility. These are all things that we all want, especially for old. I'm not even old yet. I'm 23, and I wish I had Elastigirl's stretching ability. That'd be great. And then, when I'm out in public, I'd love to be invisible. And then there's some people I'd really wish I had super strength so I could just punch them in the face. It's relatable. It's awesome. And I loved it. I love the original Incredibles movie. It had a great villain. That story of the kid who idolizes his superhero, Mr. Incredible. And the guy is so busy doing what he does. And granted, I stand by Mr. Incredible working alone because I understand why he did it. He could have very easily lost his family in the first Incredibles movie because he decided not to work alone. And ultimately, I guess it was because he decided to work alone, and then he couldn't work alone because his family didn't want him to work alone. But if he had never gotten married, that situation would never have existed. So ultimately, by not working alone in life, he put his family in danger professionally, or at least as a super. So I get that. I think he could have been a little more tactful with Buddy, but I think Buddy could have taken the hint. The bottom line is the villain was fueled by absolute rejection, which is something that we have all dealt with at some point or another. And he takes that rejection, and instead of letting it crush him, he takes it, builds on it, and comes back for revenge. And he does it in the worst way possible. He murders people, he hurts people, he is arguably with someone and treating her like garbage. And then he goes and creates the ultimate weapon to defeat his ultimate hero. Imagine being hurt by the person you look up to the most. That's a huge betrayal. And what if you had the smarts? And what if you had the ability to get revenge? Would you? Some people would, and Buddy was definitely one of those people. And so there was this big fight, and this family had to come together. Without his family, Mr. Incredible could not have taken down Syndrome. He could not have taken down Buddy, this absolutely hate-filled person. So we have this great movie with a family coming together, looking at the past, and being inspired to reach for the future. End of the movie, they have finally come together. They're ready to live their lives as a family and save the world. And then the Underminer shows up. And I'm not going to go to spoilers, but I will say that the story of Incredibles 2 is superb because it doesn't go off and start this whole new thing. It comes right off the original movie. So when you start The Incredibles 2, this is the only spoiler you get. It goes right into the Underminer. I think that's a fairly obvious spoiler. That's why I'm saying it. But it goes right into that, and because of the events that unfold there, doors open for certain people and doors close for other people. And it has a lot of sentiment, and it has a lot of it starts a lot of conflict, and it's not an apparent conflict. It's not a battle where Mr. Incredible is punching somebody in the face, but it starts a battle of husband versus wife, daughter versus father, and in a way there's some conflict between brother sister. It just starts this whole conflict. So you have this family that's come together, and then at the very beginning of the movie, everything goes in the direction it goes, and you're sitting there going, and instantly you're on the edge of your seat because you're realizing the potential of what has happened. can cause so much more damage if it just takes one wrong turn. The story was great. I will say it features a lot more of action as far as Elastigirl goes. You get to see a lot more of what she can do. Frozone and Mr. Incredible's relationship is kind of expounded upon as far as their glory days, how much they trust each other. You have to pay attention for some of the little hints in the movie that kind of point towards that, but it's definitely there how strong the relationship is. You get to see a lot more action from Jack, from Dash, from Violet. And you get to learn a little bit about parenting. That's all I'm going to say, but the story is brilliant. They expound on what they left 14 years ago in the best possible ways. And the characters, as I just said, they are developed. They are kicking butt, taking names. They are ready to come, and they are ready to do whatever needs to be done to keep the people they care about safe. And fight for people that have not been fought for a very long time. And that'll be something you can see in the movie, and you'll understand it as well. Bottom line, great story, great characters. They did a great job with the animation. They added just enough where it's modern technology in the animation, but it feels like the original movie. So superb. It's incredible. What would my rating be for this movie? Well, the original movie I gave 5 out of 5. And it was awesome. And I love it. It's one of my top favorite movies, up there with Monsters, Inc. and the Pixar world. So I'd have to give out of 5 stars about 20 stars. 20 out of 5 stars. Sounds about right. It was about 4 times better, in my opinion, than the first movie. So that being said, go see Incredibles 2. If it's in theaters, go see it. If it's on DVD, go see it. If it's on TV, just watch it. Like, whatever timeline you're on watching this, just watch Incredibles 2. It'll be worth your time. But make sure you watch the first one, because I guarantee you'll get so much more out of it if you watch 1 and then you watch 2. Okay? This is my official review. 5 out of 5, 20 out of 5, whatever you want to hear. It is a perfect movie. Here on In Future Tense, when we do reviews, it's either because it's the best or it's the worst movie out there. I have the worst movie lined up, and eventually I'll get around to talking to it, but I had to do Incredibles because it is such a blast from the past. And now it's back, it's brand new, it's ready for you to go see it. This is James Hahn reviewing Incredibles 2. It's intense. Go see it. Hey guys, thanks for joining me today on another adventure. If you like what you saw, please feel free to share, like, and subscribe. If you didn't like what you saw for any reason, please feel free to leave a comment, and of course, there's always the dreaded dislike button. If you'd like to communicate with me, feel free to contact me either through Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. They can all be found under my name, James Eugene Hahn. If you'd like to support me financially, feel free to check out my Patreon link as well. Whatever we do in the future, it'll be intense. Hope to see you there.